What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Prime Puyol with the announcement of potential Prime moments coming this weekend. I thought, you know what, we'll get some Primes in. Puyol is going to be one that I'm very much expecting to be an icon swaps. Potential. It's always a potential. He's not been in an SBC or icon swaps one, so I think there's a potential at Prime or Prime moment. He's coming in at about 450. We managed to get him for 440 on a cheeky little snipe, and he looks relatively good. Obviously, you'd be looking at mainly either a shadow to boost up that pace max, but then you are maxing out defending with maybe some wastage, or like this guy has done on this card, is they've added an anchor, just because then you get a bit more physical from it, and maybe the pace, yes, only being 75 is kind of like the sacrifice to getting more physical and the most out of your defending. Obviously, composure's looking relatively good, great reactions, short and long passes looking probably about average, to be honest. Defending and physical will be absolutely astonishing. He will be a fantastic tackler, just not enough pace. That is the kind of overall consensus I'm getting with Puyol. Obviously, his agility balance is only 54 and 55, so I could imagine to an extent somewhat clunky. Power header team player, and obviously Barcelona is where he stayed his entire career. Other than that, stats are looking decent on some ends, poor on the other. Let's jump in and see what Puyol can do. Puyol with a beautiful challenge there. That is exactly what we was expecting. This is where Puyol's kind of downfall is going to be. Puyol again, showing him who's boss. Puyol again, honestly, what a challenge. Puyol again, he has got an insane challenge on him. And what a block. Standing, interception, sliding. He can do it all. Puyol chasing Cuadrado. That's just huge right there. That's where the pace really needs to be kicking in. Unfortunately, Puyol will lose out on positions on starting lineups because of that pace there. Puyol, interception again. Honestly, just an absolute cracking defender. It is literally just his pace that lets him down. Other than that, he would be actually a wonderful defender to have in your team. Puyol stand up. And he makes a great block. Consistently. Honestly, I don't think he's missed a challenge that has been in the radius to actually tackle. He is an absolute wonderful defender. On the ball, off the ball, he does well. It is literally pace, maybe a little bit not on the agile side, as you can see. Dribbling wise, very, very heavy. And it's like a standard centre-back. A centre-back that's been through the game is more just a tackler. That's all they wanted him for. So going into Puyol's overall, so he is coming in at 450. Obviously, he's a good player. I do like him defensively. If you do take away all of the pace aspects of him and kind of like the agility balance, fantastic defender. People are looking at Catalyst to really bump him up. Obviously, you do have the Shadow that would max out that pace, but then max out the defending. Anchor kind of does him a little bit nicely, gives him some more physical as well as defending, and then the 5 pace is what we used, does turn him into a 95 rated centre-back. Obviously, Shadow does 94, but that's because we get no more physicals. So if we look at Anchor, 75 pace, personally, it's not good enough in terms of foot champs. There was a clip where I think his right wing just blitzed him. There was no catching him, and unfortunately, in foot champs, that is not affordable to happen. If that's a last minute goal in the 15-0, you're going to be kicking yourself. So you definitely need to get someone with a bit more pace, agility balance, definitely a little bit more. He felt somewhat blocky, not as blocky as I thought, to be fair to him, but I did think that he was going to be just unusable. So it's nice to know that he can turn within reason. Obviously, defensive tackles are just sublime. Obviously, from the 98 defender that he has, and as well as the 99 strength, literally no one pushed him off the ball. He's not necessarily the biggest defender either. 5'10", should be absolutely bullied by the big strikers of Ronaldo and Mbappe. Being not too tall himself, strength should be the issue. At the moment, it's the positive. He's an absolute animal when it comes to going through goal, and obviously with that aggression, he wins that ball back every single time. But hopefully you did enjoy this video. Personally, I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. I feel like he's up there, but not in the foot champs way. I feel like 9 to 10 out of 10. He'd need at least probably 10 to 15 more pace, just because that would be what it requires, and a bit more agility balance, to be honest. But that's what it's requiring for FUT champs. You're looking at your Varans, your Virgils, your Maldinis, your Rios, your Cannavaros, the big boy league. Unfortunately, he is only 440, so he's not quite there as of yet, but we will have a look at his prime moments still. I'm trying to rattle through some of the primes before prime moment comes out, depending on when this video comes out, and then we will go from there with the prime moments, and then we'll filter in some primes as we go along. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. Let me know down below what you think. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you for the next one. Peace.